Hello, I'm former State Representative Phil Hart. I've had a 19-year battle with the IRS that began in 1995. That battle drove me to become a regular at local law libraries doing legal research. In fact, I even went to the Library of Congress about a dozen times doing legal research there. In this process, I discovered a lot of facts and evidence that I did not find in the literature on the income tax. Having done so, I felt compelled to write a book about what I discovered. I have a copy of it right here. It's entitled, Constitutional Income, Do You Have Any? Well, the IRS doesn't like my book, and they declared it to be an abusive tax shelter. Having failed at that, next what they did is they audited me on 8 years of my past tax returns. In the process of that audit, they demanded that I turn over to them all the names and addresses of those who bought my book. I refused to do so, and we went to court. My attorney, Mr. Michael Rossman of the Center of Individual Rights back in Washington, D.C., told me that I'm the first author in American history where the government has come after me demanding the names of the people who purchased my book. Well, we won that lawsuit, but the IRS retaliated, and through the audit process, they denied all my business expenses for 8 years. I'm an engineer in private practice, and I was not able to write off my office rent, nor what I paid my workers, no office supplies, no nothing. Being taxed on my gross revenue and having 10 to 18 years worth of interest and penalties piled on ballooned what they said I owed up to $600,000, even though recently I've paid $150,000 in state and federal income tax. The effect of this has given me a tax rate of 140%. In other words, I'm being asked to pay more in taxes than I actually took in taxable income. Well, I believe there's some things a person should never do no matter what the cost, and I have no regrets that I kept these names confidential, even though there's been repercussions. Well, Lawerence Denney's opposition wants to capitalize on this IRS thuggery. And one might ask the question, if elected into public office, are they going to use the same tactics against other Idahoans? In the 6 years I served under Speaker Denney in the Idaho House of Representatives, I grew to admire and respect the man. I think Lawerence Denney would make Idaho an excellent Secretary of State, and I'd encourage everybody to vote for Lawerence Denney on Tuesday. Thank you for listening.